YouTube, it is your girl Paris, the founder of Making Sense Candle Company, and this episode is going to be about our why. I'm going to talk a little bit about my why, and you're going to chime in and talk about your why. Of course, yours will be listed in the comments, and I'm going to read the comments, and we're going to connect. So let's start off the conversation over our candles. The first candle that we're going to talk about right now is going to be Luxe Laundry from Making Sense Candle Company. You know we don't burn wicks in 2026. Our candles give body butter for the home. And again, I am warming my Luxe Laundry. Grab your candle and your cup and let's talk. So my why. My why for starting my brand started not as a candle company. I dabbled in clothing brands, a clothing brand. My clothing brand was titled P41 and Company. The P was for my first name, Paris. The 41 was for the age I was when I started the brand, and I just coupled that with and Company. Then from there, I moved on to the real estate space. I wanted to start wholesaling properties. So I did that for a little while, but with that, the leads don't come as fast as you would like, and it takes a little while before those deals close. So I didn't give that enough time to fester. I wanted to do something, and I wanted to be able to do it quick and see the return on my investment quickly. Yes, delusional. Call me crazy, but that's what I felt would happen. Once I decided to quit my 9 to 5, because I did get sucked in to that social media world was saying that the businesses is where it's at. You are not going to build generational wealth from your 9 to 5. You have to own a business. You have to jump in real estate. You have to learn how to invest, which all things are true. But two things can be true at the same time. You can work your 9 to 5, make your entrepreneurship journey a side hustle until that surpasses your 9 to 5. I'm learning that. But I did jump in with both feet. I quit my 9 to 5 in the healthcare space where I sat for greater than 20 years. My degree did not keep me there. My knowledge that I already had didn't keep me there. I do have a deep love for what I did and taking care of my patients in all aspects of where I was positioned in healthcare when I was. So whether I was front desk, bedside, admin, whatever, I loved it all. But I felt trapped. I felt like I wasn't going anywhere. I was starting to see nurses and doctors leaving the practices and jumping into the social media space saying that it was more lucrative and it was a gateway out of the depression. Because after working through COVID, things really did take a turn for a lot of people with the depressing states that you were put in the vulnerable space you were in when you were a frontline worker. So I definitely understand that because it took its toll on everybody in different ways. And then two, I lost my mom of September of 2022. So when I lost my best friend, my better half, my home girl, like my mother was that girl. She still is to me. She's just not here in the physical form. So while she's laid to rest, I'm going to hold it down. I know she would be so proud of me and will be my biggest cheerleader. If you have a close relationship with your mom and your mom is still here, hug her a little tight. Okay? Hug mama for me because I would give my right arm to have mine back. But we're not going to harp on that too much longer. But if you can relate and you lost your mom, baby, I'm right here with you. I understand. So my mom did leave us before I turned 40, so she didn't get to see the pivot of where I am now with quitting my 9 to 5 and starting over, starting from scratch, starting a business, trying to really stay in it to see what's going to happen in the long run. My other two ventures, I didn't sit in it long enough to see where it could go. But as far as my candle brand, it's taking me places. My candle brand is being brought up in rooms I'm not even in. I'm being invited to events that I probably wouldn't have. I sat on panels that I probably wouldn't have sat on if it wasn't for my love of scents and other people seeing me and seeing something in me that I really didn't even see in myself. I started to make sales as soon as I started the brand. Okay, it did not take me long. I started November 2025 here in Chicago. I went to my local village and asked if I can get an approval for a garage sale. And I took that approval for that 2-day garage sale and I did my own pop-up shop right in my front driveway. My best friend was there. She was selling her crochet hats. I had my neighbor come over. She was selling her Avon products and we made sales. And I just didn't stop there. I saw what that had done for me, the spark that it lit, I did not want to stop the momentum, so I kept going. So if you follow me on TikTok especially, you can see my journey from where the label started, the jars started, the photos I was taking of the candles, how I've elevated and grown so much, and I do plan to continue to scale. Like, I want you to have a candle from me, Making Sense Candle Company, and it gives you the best smelling house on the block. Like, when you put your nose to one of my wickless candles, you're gonna wonder why haven't I been following this girl all this time? Why hasn't this brand been around longer so we could have loved on you longer? I want your nose to do a dance, okay? I want your house to stop your guests in their tracks. If you're not being complimented on your scent and your home scent, something ain't right. Something is it's a disconnect somewhere. So if you are a scent girl like myself, that I love to smell good, and I know my home is a representation of that in the scent space, I want people to stop at my door and ask me, what is that? What is that you have warming in this house? It smells amazing. And I want the same for you. So that's why I started Making Sense Candle Company, because it only makes sense to warm a candle in 2026. We don't burn wicks in 2026, okay? I don't want to catch you burning your wicks. Wickless. You want to get all the scent. You want to get all your money's worth out of that candle. You don't want the soot, the flame, or the smoke. And especially if you have small children or pets. My brand is especially geared towards around that. I do have a pet and I do have a child, but my child is grown, so I don't have to worry about that with him. But then I do have friends that come over with small children, and I love my home to smell good, so I use the warming lamps instead of lighting the actual flame. Now, mind you, I did start wicked, but when I got hip to the difference of the warming lamps and lighting the actual wick, no turning back. We all wickless in 2026. So that is one of my slogans. And the other slogan is, outside of we don't burn wicks in 2026, my candles give you body butter for the home. If you know, you know. This is one of my candle jars. This is on the website for Making Sense Candle Company. This candle here is called Luxe Laundry. It's going to give you scent notes of fresh cotton and cotton blossom. And of course, you will not see a wick. What this gives is body butter for the home. Okay? So, with that being said, I also want to let you guys know that it's going to be scary. It's not going to be easy. You got to put in the work to get something from it. You hear people say this all the time. Find your why. Find your why and build off of that. I'm doing that. I want to live. I don't want to just continue to exist. Okay? I'm closer to 50 than I am 40. And that's like the 1 foot in the grave, 1 foot out, however you want to look at it. But with my time left here, I want to enjoy it. Not that I haven't enjoyed my prior years, but not in the capacity that I know that I'm capable of. I know I'm made for more. I know I'm able to have more. I know I'm able to do more, and I can give back more. With where I sit financially already, I do a whole lot. I do. If you know me, you know. You ask me for something, you can get it. The shirt off my back, the shoes off my feet, you got it. And if I can't figure it out, I'm going to try to figure it out. Okay, I'm going to figure it out for you before I figure it out for me. And that's just me. My heart is just like that. And I wear it on my sleeve. So with that being said, I think that's also why I'm able to see the growth that I've seen in such a small amount of time. Because for one, I do put God first. I pray over everything that I do. At first, it was like, okay, I'm learning and I'm still learning. I'm still having like my Bible studies, and I'm still incorporating God into my life, and I'm putting him first, and I am definitely seeing the change. So I just want to throw that out there. I do believe in God over here, so you will hear me talk about that, because yes, he is good and he has been good to me. Okay? So next, I want you guys to know that you're not alone. Start where you are. You are not late. You are just where you need to be. You are where you needed to be in order to see that this wasn't working, so now I need to pivot. Okay, it's nothing wrong with having a plan B, C, or D if plan A didn't work out. And I'm learning that. Like I said, I quit my job very intrusively. I just stopped because of the way that I felt. I'm not looking back, and I'm okay with that. I started my brand. I'm enjoying myself, and I hope this video resonates with you. That is a little bit of my why. I want you to share your why. Go ahead and put your why in the comments so we can connect and we can talk about it, and we can keep the channel going. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.